The results always speak out. We have a good friend of ours here anasema mkuu na kuambia kuna hii bot inaitwa Overforce Scalper, ni moto imenipea furaha mbaya sana. Asanti mkuu. So we have actually introduced the scalpers. And for those guys who don't understand what is a scalper, it's a robot that is actually doing scalping for these markets. Like anytime you make a win, the robot will always stop. And the robot is fully automated. For example, we have this one. We have the scalper, which is actually trading over 4 market. Yeah. What is actually happening? Like the robot actually has what you call logics that this robot is actually applying to make the analysis. Yeah, of which you really don't have to always work with what I have provided by default. You can always do your own adjustment because even doing the setup is very simple. Yeah, like for example, we have this one, which is actually we have over 4 scalper, we have under 5 scalper, we have the even scalper, and we have that is the odd scalper. I'm actually working on that is the rise scalper. We'll also have the fall scalper. In case you also want the differ scalper, I can also introduce it. Yeah, but in the meantime, I'm actually working on rise and fall scalpers, the two of them. And probably in the course of next week, or even today is actually on Tuesday, by the end of this week, we're gonna have that is the rise and fall scalpers. I'm actually backtesting them to see how actually they can best perform. Yeah, I'm actually working on the entries and automating those robots. Yeah, so for example, this one that is actually trading over 4 market. Yeah, it's actually using a very simple strategy. Over 4 market, 3 consecutive digits under 5 under 5. The moment 3 consecutive digits under 5 appears, the robot automatically executes a trade on over 4. In case of a loss, the robot has a recovery limit of 3. Not 3 but 2, meaning it will apply instant recovery only 2 times. In case doesn't to manage to recover, the robot will pause and switch to a different volatility automatically, wait for a fresh entry, then reattempt to make a recovery. And the performance of this robot is really amazing. Not just the over 4 scalper, even the under 5 scalper, still applying the same concept. We only that we have for the even odd, it's actually a bit different. For example, in case you are trading even, the robot will wait for 3 consecutive odd digits, then it will take a trade on even. In case of a loss, it only has a recovery limit of 1. I think that's where the only difference is. Yeah, it actually has a recovery limit of 1, meaning it will only attempt to make a recovery once. In case it doesn't, it will switch to a different volatility because the even and odd market and over unders market, they are a bit different. The even odd market is a bit like I normally view it as a highly volatile market and a high risk market. So we are working with a recovery limit of 1. And the performance of this robot is really amazing. For those guys who have actually used them, they can always tell the story. And it's very simple. Just get on this account. Angalia video yote yenye nimefanya recently. You can just go and watch and see, understand on how you can actually be able to use a scalper. In case you have any question, you can always reach out. The number is always in the bio. Something else, make sure you join my community so that at least whenever we drop these kind of updates, you can always be the first person to actually get them and enjoy these profits. And when you are trading with the scalpers, you really don't need to have that huge that is capital. For example, I have a guy, nimeona redeposit $15. He was actually, I think, doing a stake of around, I think, it come 1 USD. And he has pushed that account to, I think, $92 by now. And he actually started trading yesterday. Yeah. So it's actually very simple. You really don't need to have a big account. The most important thing in trading is risk management, not how much capital you have. The moment, if you have a big capital, you can actually be able to leverage on that and target more by staking high. Yeah. If you have a small account, just accept you have a small account, 20 USD account, just take just an kama ya 1 USD. By the end of the day, you're still gonna be somewhere. Okay. So mambo ni pole pole. Just go and visit on ritraders.co.ke and see how the scalpers are actually doing. Goodbye.